Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine. Doing awesome, actually. So today, welcome back to another tips and tricks video on the channel today. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of cool things you could do with the 1.20 blocks. If you guys do enjoy this video for today, please build up that subscribe button, make it bigger and bigger, and I'd love to see what your favorite tips and tricks is down in the comments below, so let me know. Alright, so take a look at the first one here. We have a very simple design, and that is using the big pot with a little pot on top and having a flower inside, or a flower of your choice inside. So the way you do this is just put the decorative pot down, flower pot on top, not the big pot, and a flower of your choice like that. Now this is really cool. You can add a little design on this decorative pot as well. But it's just to give you a little bit more something else where you can add foliage into your builds, into your interiors, outsides, with a little bit more of a design. I think this is a very simple but effective way to add plants to your builds. Moving on down the line here, we have this very, very nice fantasy house here, very small, and it's got a bunch of different little tricks in here. So one of the first and obvious ones is hanging signs, just hanging off your side of the build. You know, this just gives you a little, signification of what this build is, whose build it is. Very nice. I love them for, well, their use. I think it looks really, really cool. You could also add some trap doors above them to give them a little bit more of a substantial hold there, which I think looks really nice as well. Instead of it just being its standalone itself, it kind of gives it a little bit more of a support. Looking more on the outside here, using the new cherry leaves there, it looks really nice. They look more like a flower to me, in which they are, but they're less leafy to me. But looks really cool. You can add them around your builds. On the way up here, you can see that you can use the pot, once again, as like a topper for the chimney, which looks really cool. Just put the pot on top of a campfire like this, surround the campfire with trap doors, and that looks really cool too. Another cool thing you could do with the decorative pot as well is, if you don't want to use regular blocks for your chimney, you can actually just make a small chimney just shooting out of the roof like this with using those pots. I think that's a really cool and effective way to add a smaller style of chimney without going through all of the effort and making a big giant chimney. Heading on into the inside of this build, there is more to look at. More cool things with hanging signs is you can make a very cool little table out of them, a little table stand, and unfortunately you can't put anything on top, but it still looks cool nevertheless. Heading on up to the inside here, or the up top area, got the cool little bookshelves as well. We'll take a look at those later for more uses. Right here we got a support using hanging signs. Now this, I think, looks really cool and very effective. Looks like a nice little beam running across, and I love how that looks. So there you go, some little hanging signs tips and tricks there. Making a lamppost with hanging signs as well is kind of a cool little feature. You get the little chains being revealed by the lanterns here, and it kind of fits with the hanging signs chains as well. So it just makes it look like a cool hanging sign lamppost design, which I think looks really effective. Would look really cool like in a village or something like that. Very easy to build. Lots of little details on here, and I think the hanging signs just give it a little bit more support instead of rather just using regular chains. Kind of gives it a cool little unique design. And you can also write stuff on the signs as well if that's something you would be interested in. But yeah, very cool little lamppost design. Stemming off that is a directional sign. So if you're walking down a pathway, you can take a look and see which way or which pathway you want to take. So this sign would be pointing that way, this sign would be pointing that way, and so forth. So just a very cool little directional sign. It was kind of a little bit tricky to do this with regular signs, but now with the hanging signs, they almost point. They almost have like a little pointer at the end, pointing in the which way you'd be going. Very effective, very easy. You can also add more signs if there's multiple things in that direction. You can have multiple signs. You can put multiple things on those signs, which is nice. And they also double as like a lamppost. You could put a lantern on top, and they light the way as well. So stemming off of that lantern, or this lamppost, it would fit really well with this as well along a pathway. This is probably my favorite use of this hanging sign block, and that's this little hanging bench right here, which looks so cool. And if you had a custom tree, I did like a semi-branch custom tree here, you can make a really cool like bench. You can also hang this off if you have like a farmhouse. You can hang it off of like a porch on a farmhouse, and it just looks really cool. The chains match up perfectly with these chains, the normal chains, and it just makes for a really cool little swinging bench design. Very effective, and looks really, really cool, really, really nice. So, love how this turned out. The next one has to do with fireworks, and it's so much as just putting a block down and looking at it and just trying to see what it replicates in real life, and that's the bamboo block right here. There's a block of stripped bamboo, I guess is really what it's called. And I gotta be honest, it kind of just looks like a firework launcher to me, with all these little holes everywhere where fireworks can shoot out of. Unfortunately, though, I tried to put this on top of a dispenser, and as you can see, it just gets blocked, unfortunately. So, you can't shoot fireworks directly out of this block, which is a shame, because that'd be awesome, because it looks exactly like a firework launcher in real life, with all the little holes, little gizmos going on. However, we can pretend, and we can just hit this button, and have a trap door over top of a dispenser, have it shoot through the trap door, and just, well, make it look like it's shooting out of that main block, or the stripped bamboo block. It's unfortunate we can't just shoot it right through that block, or one block thick, but, you know, we make do. This is what we have here. And just having, like, little candles all around makes it look like little miniature fireworks ready to be set off. So, very cool stuff. So we're back to this decorative pot, which I think looks really cool, being used in the walls, or in a wall design, as like a little topper. Again, you could put that little flower pot on top of this one, and it would blend really well with having little pots on top. So yeah, just a nice little decorative pot design with the walls here. And unfortunately, walls do not connect to the pots, which makes sense. I understand that. You can actually, if you wanted to, you can make like a little wall like this. But I feel like it really works well with brick, granite, mangrove as well. So very cool little wall designs there for you. The next few designs I have here for you are just some floor patterns. So very cool stuff. I love this chiseled bookshelf for a floor. I think this looks really nice in combination with the beehive flooring. I like this beehive for flooring as well, but in combination, they work really well. These are basically the same color top of block, which looks really nice. You can put them in like a checkerboard pattern. You can really go crazy. You can add a bunch. Even the chiseled bookshelf one on its own looks like a really cool flooring pattern. It also doubles as a ceiling pattern as well. These textures are on the bottom halves of these blocks. So go crazy. Make some really awesome floor and roof patterns, or interior roof patterns for these blocks. I think they work really effectively in that case. We got the pretty obvious one, which is the mosaic bamboo floor pattern. I think this one just standalone on its own makes for an awesome just floor. It just looks like a really cool hardwood floor, and I like it. I think this one on its own looks really cool. You can also put it in combination with this one as well, so you can add some really cool like floor patterns just like this, just combining different bamboo blocks, because I really think these are really a cool, effective floor designs. You could also put the stripped bamboo on its side. You do stuff like that. Just very cool new patterns that we can have for flooring and all sorts of stuff like that. I think it really looks awesome. So yeah, that is going to do it for today. Thanks for joining me on this tips and tricks video. Let me know which one was your favorite design, and build up that subscribe button. As like I said, I really do appreciate anybody tagging along. You get more tips and tricks, you get more tutorials, all that good stuff if you build up that subscribe button. But without further ado, guys, I do appreciate it. And as always, guys, don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you guys next time.